What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hardcore Casuals episode 4, and we are actually live streaming. So, we'll jump right into, let me, if I can get this right so we can show Indy. Let me introduce you to my co-hosts. We have, right below me, down here, in the bottom square, we have Xizta. How's it going?
What's going on?
Good, good. What's new? What you doing this week? No videos? Oh no, you have one out. One new one.
Yeah, the Xizta pulled aggro. I put my second episode out last week. I actually, as of right now, have not recorded episode 3 yet, but it should be up by the time the people listening on the podcast are actually listening on the podcast.
Okay, so by Wednesday.
Yes.
Who else we got here? We have, she's not moving. Her webcam's broke, I think, right? It's frozen. It's over here. Yeah, look at that. Indy, how are you?
Hi. Pretty good, actually. We're hoping to get that working eventually, but for now this will have to do.
Yeah. We're also a little poor, so we don't.
Yeah.
We haven't put the money into Skype Premium. So what have you been up to? More photography?
Yep, I've been keeping up with that, and I did log into WoW a lot more recently, but I think everybody seems to not know who I am anymore. They've forgotten all about their griefing priest.
You're Indy Garona.
Yeah, Angela Garona, remember?
Angela Garona.
And aside from that, I downloaded a bunch of new Steam games. I almost downloaded the ones that each of you guys were playing, but then I found reasons not to. So I am, kind of all over the place with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, I've been sucked into League of Legends by Shadow and Total and Luke, and those guys have all sucked me into that world, so I've been playing that a little more. And Dom's been playing Worms like all day. All day.
I did watch that.
Alright. So we've got a decent amount of stuff to cover. Let me see, as I'm reading this, we have video going down. That's cool. And we have, news. We've got some website changes for you guys that have actually been to our website and seen some, it's basically just a media player right now, but we've been working on upgrading and actually having a website that's going to have all of our content as well as the podcast on it. We also have the Siege of Orgrimmar to talk about with the PTR coming up and some test raids coming up this week. We have some pet stuff because Dom does pet things. And
So many pets.
We're headed to Shadowfang Keep. I think it's like Dom's favorite place in the entire World of Warcraft.
I wouldn't say that, but it's up there.
All right. So we are going to just get started with the news, which would be the whole Xbox and their Xbone doing a 180 on us and all their content that they've decided to let us have now. Dom, you want to go give us an overview? No? Hello?
You're gonna make me talk about the Xbox, my least favorite of the systems.
That's
what you're gonna do?
Yep.
I see what you're doing there.
Objectively.
So the PlayStation 4 is now taking unlimited pre-orders at GameStop. Totally dodging that question.
I guess we could start with that, yeah. So apparently everyone's going to be able to order a PlayStation 4 regardless of if they have enough of them.
Correct.
Which seems like I don't see any problems with that.
I see
No.
so many problems with that. Like, I reserved GameStop day one. They told me that they had 20 pre-orders available, and then they didn't have any more. So that particular store is only supposed to get 20. So now if they're doing pre-orders in an unlimited amount, and then I go there and 50 people pre-ordered, and I just don't happen to be one of the first 20 people through the door and they don't have enough pre-orders, I'm going to be pretty mad if I don't get a PS4 on launch day.
Yeah, are we gonna see like what we saw before with the like people stabbing each other outside of
I will
GameStop?
stab some people.
Oh, Xizta's gonna die picking up his PS4.
Alright, why do I always die?
You're gonna die trying to get your new console. Well, this is through GameStop. I mean, the quote that I read was that starting now through this weekend and until further notice, so there's no end to this, Sony allowed them to take unlimited pre-orders beyond their current allotments. So it's just gonna be, oh god, I can't wait to see it.
I don't like. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I used to work at GameStop, and usually it was first come first serve, and people are gonna be pissed because you're gonna be lining up like a day before just to get your PS4. Like, I don't. Like, I won't
And
even. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be there.
Well, as Shadow just pointed out in chat, obviously I'm Kenny from South Park. That's why I die all the time. So I'm going to be waiting in line, and I'm going to be one of the casualties of the next. I'll live stream it.
you need to
be
like
on
gain some
CNN.
weight, bulk up a bit, so they can't just lift you and throw you to the back of the line.
I think for next episode I'm going to have to invest in an orange parka.
Bring this over here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna go if it's first come first serve and like you got to be there for 24 hours ahead of time. I'm gonna end up waiting for mine. That sucks. Like considering I
Yeah.
reserved it so
Yep.
long, like right when you could.
Xizta will go, and he'll probably live stream from his phone right there, so that you can see the moment of impact.
Get to watch.
Mhm.
watch
With
that
my
happen.
luck, PlayStation 4 is going to be released the same week as BlizzCon, and I'm going to be in California and not be able to pick it up. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be awful. Also, I think, well, maybe I'll drive you to your GameStop. So as you're getting stabbed, you can throw me your PS4, and then I'll get it, and it's fine.
No?
I'll bring
He
you to
wants
the
to be
hospital.
buried with it.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's gonna be some serious problems when that happens. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do to fix it because it's not like they can magically just produce that many more. Like they're gonna have to
No.
give some incentive to not want to pick yours up day one or something. I don't know. So then we'll let Indy
Yeah.
explain the Xbox One changes then, if she would, since Dom doesn't want to touch
Thank you.
anything.
Thank
that
you
says
for letting me off the
Microsoft.
hook on that one.
I think Dom might know more about it than me. All I know is that they reverted, and to me, it seems like a huge waste of a reveal. If you're going to do something and stick to it, at least stick to it. But apparently, they answered the cries of the internet, and they're going back on what they originally said about they're reversing the decision to plan for a digital-first console, turning to a model-based on-box copies and pre-owned sales. Have consumers won? I would say yes.
Yeah,
But it's still going to be a significant amount more than the PS4, and you're still going to have, like, the thing that I don't like about it is I've never been a fan of Kinect. So not only am I getting something that requires it, I'm getting something that has it, like, it's there, it's mandatory, and it's like, shit, I don't want to use this.
Yeah, I think like the big issue with it is that, well, I mean, I think it's a good thing that they just said, like, you know what, we screwed up. Here's what you guys actually want. We were thinking that we were going to be, the first of our kind to say everything's digital and all that, but I think eventually this will play out better for them. But they've got a long way to climb on a PR hill because PS4 really did a number on them.
Yeah.
Dom, I know you're the PS4
PS4 just
fan,
blew him
but-
out of the water. And now I'm getting called a fanboy. I called Shaftnet out on being an Xbox fanboy. Now you're going to call me out on being a PS4 fanboy.
Well, I mean, you are.
Okay, I'll give you that much.
Well, I've always been more, up to this point, I've always been more into Microsoft and Xbox. However, it, like, everybody knows, and if you're talking about, like, being attached to one brand over the other, I would have been the opposite of you. But I agree that at E3, they just got completely destroyed by Sony. And, to release a system that's not only more expensive but more restrictive, how do you get around that?
Yeah.
How do you sell that to somebody?
Yeah, I think the start was just say, you know what, we screwed up. We're taking all those restrictions away. It's going to be exactly like Sony had basically laid out because you guys loved that, and I mean, it's not going to work any other way. So have this, and they've got a long way to go. They did exactly what Sony did for the PS3, and they basically were so full of themselves, I think, that they just thought, we're going to do this and everyone's going to follow, and then people were like, no, because now
Xbox thought that they were invincible. Yeah, Microsoft thought they were invincible, and they could do no wrong, and anything that they did was going to be the new standard, and that just wasn't the case.
Yeah. But the one thing that me and you did look at, like's been said in chat, is that we actually looked at the exclusives, and we're kind of surprised at how many good exclusives that Xbox has. So at least they have that going for them, and they do have good games.
They have
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break looks.
Quantum Break is the only game that I could say right now, hands-on, is what I would play an Xbox for, and that's pretty much it.
They have a game called Fable.
They don't have Fable announced yet. There's nothing announced currently.
But Fable is
However,
proprietary
Fable is probably also going to be on PC, so that's technically not exclusive.
Microsoft has, yes, but when it was released, it was solely for...
Right.
But the thing I wonder, though, is whether or not this response from Microsoft is more about the the internet backlash, or is it because of PS4's presentation completely destroying them? Are they doing it to rival them, or are they doing it to just appease the masses?
No, yeah, it's choppy. Yeah, but I don't know. I think you guys missed Titanfall. Titanfall looks awesome, and I at first wasn't really sold on it, and then I started.
Titanfall is also going to be on PC.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's a lot of the Microsoft stuff does end up on PC, just exclusive to if you're a console gamer, you're not going to get it on the PS4. Because I think there's a crowd that maybe not that is here, but there is a significant amount of people that just play console because they think that PC gaming can be very expensive, but. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know. They've got a long way to climb, but I think they've taken a step in the right direction at least. So, do we want to actually talk about some World of Warcraft on this World of Warcraft tour? No.
What is World of Warcraft?
I don't remember.
All right. We're gonna.
Yeah, so we have the Siege of Orgrimmar raid coming up.
We do. And PTR has it upcoming this week, I believe, correct?
Yes. I'm going to try to be doing some testing. There's a Monday raid and a Tuesday raid. I believe it's 1:30 Eastern and 7 o'clock Eastern, if I remember the times correctly. And I will try to be doing, it's 10-man testing, so I'll be trying to get a group together for that. It all depends on whether or not we have the tanks and healers, because DPS is easy to find.
Yeah, I think you'll be. I wish I could go. I'd love to go. I want to see it. But if I'm gonna miss it, I think I'll just wait until the patch comes out at this point. Unless I was, going in there and seeing it from the beginning. I'd like to see it as it comes out, as it's live, as it's intended to be played. But you guys know, you did a little bit of research, Xizta, on what is actually going on. Without going into too much detail, from spoiling it from some people, maybe just give a brief overview at least what they're showing in PTR this week, or what the general idea behind the Siege of Orgrimmar is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know all the details because I kind of avoided certain quest lines and stuff like that, but one thing that I noticed as soon as I logged into the PTR was the Veil of Eternal Blossom is destroyed. It looks like the Shah have completely taken over the zone. All the water is taken out. There's absolutely... the Golden Lotus Pagoda is destroyed, so you could kiss those dailies goodbye.
Yay.
Hooray. Wait,
Really?
no more dailies?
Really?
Yeah.
They weren't that bad.
Actually,
Maybe
they're
on
not.
launch patch, they were pretty bad, but they're not bad now.
Yeah, but I always had to have someone hand hold me through dailies.
Well, that's because you do all your dailies in Resto. Discipline,
I'm
whatever.
not a druid.
You're a resto priest,
Yeah.
right?
But there's one hub left for Golden Lotus dailies. It's the one. Yes. The Golden Lotus hub that has the wall daily for your achievement where you have to roll down in a certain amount of time, that whole hub is still there. The other hubs are all destroyed. So can't do that. You can get rep from killing the Shaw creatures that are around the Veil. I noticed that much. And the biggest thing is the Siege of Orgrimmar raid, where we would be going to fight Garrosh himself, is actually located just under where the Golden Lotus Quartermaster used to be. There's now a big hole in the lake and a pathway down into what looks like a Titan vault. And that looks like what is the main entrance from the Dark Heart of Pandaria scenario. The official entrance is through there. So we will be going through the raid. We will start in there, go there, assuming into the Titan vault, and then we will be taking a ship out to Orgrimmar, heading through there, winding through the up to Ragefire Chasm, going down there, and I believe in the Ragefire scenario behind that vault is where the elevator go even deeper into Ragefire, and probably not any Trogg, sorry Sophist, but that is where Garrosh is held up, and his whole new army is down there. He has a throne room, and that's about all I know from it.
I think there will be at least one surprise Trogg.
I hope so.
No Troggs. The Troggs are all dead.
I love how RFC has just taken over and is like this central component now.
Good old Ogleflint.
So you said we're gonna end up taking a boat.
It all started on episode 1 where we were joking about it.
Oh god. Yeah. So we're gonna end up. This means there's gonna be another loot ship, which means many issues, which means it being gimped to free loot, which is, I guess, kind of cool in the end. But I don't like ship battles. Have always been awful. I don't know. I hope it's good. I think it's gonna be really good.
Is his camera?
Yeah, no, the whole thing's.
Yeah, my camera's frozen. See, the thing is, I'm kind of probably talking over Sophist half the time right now because I only hear him on Skype because I have him muted in Mumble, which I should probably unmute him from Mumble. But yeah, I don't know how much of the stream is actually hearing my audio. I don't know if it's just my camera that's frozen or if it's the audio as well.
No, it's just the audio, I think. But it's been, I don't know what's going on with my internet here. I'm going to have to strangle some people from taking my bandwidth.
At least the entire thing is being recorded through Mumble, so that will not be a thing.
The only problem is,
recording.
But the only problem is that he's lagging on Mumble.
It usually records fine. Well, it's fine. We'll have to keep going. All right, so Siege of Orgrimmar. So we don't know too much about it. We haven't seen any of the bosses yet. But
and the stream stuff?
Yeah, I restarted it.
Never mind. Okay.
You could just downgrade the resolution for now
if
you really
bad.
want.
It's my internet is awful. I'm looking at my internet. It's terrible.
It's his internet.
There's nothing I can do about it. So let's just push on if we can.
I might have to try to do this next week.
Would you like to give a shout out to your ISP while we're
No.
Yes.
I don't
Who here wants to know what internet service provider not to buy?
Yeah. Stay away from Cox. As long as you live on if you live on an island.
Stay away from Cox.
Stay away from Cox.
They're the ones that have that little giraffe.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we don't know too much about it. We're back on the air. We're a little frozen still, but we're gonna just keep going because there's nothing else we can do about it. Hopefully, we'll edit this and it'll be fine. So what do we got next? We got Hearthstone is coming up pretty close.
Yay!
What I see.
Yeah, the summer has started. They announced beta was going to happen this summer, and I think Friday was the first day of summer. So here we are, a few days in. Still no word yet. However, Hearthstone is not currently in public beta, but behind closed doors, the internal beta received its first beta patch. So it's got to be coming soon.
I'm hoping. to get my hands on a beta access for that, because that's right up my alley. I love that stuff. I played Magic the Gathering for a while and loved it, and I had to like force my way away from it, or it was gonna put me on the street in a cardboard box.
Well, I hope we all get a shot at beta keys for that, because then we could just kind of together.
There was an achievement that was data mined a couple, what was it, last patch, I think it was, that said get Hearthsteed for Hearthstone beta. So my guess on that is there's going to be some sort of annual pass, just kind of like they did with Diablo, that will include the Hearthstone beta. You'll get a mount, which was basically I believe it was a black horse with red fire on its mane, and its hooves for Horde, and blue flames and blue hooves for the Alliance. So with that achievement unlocked, it doesn't seem like, if that achievement goes through, rather, it doesn't seem like that would be a mount that's available just for random people to get into the beta. It would have to be some form of everybody that wants to get into this beta can get into it. So my best guess is it's going to be Season Pass.
I would do it. I would do it. I mean, I did the Diablo thing.
Do we get bat mounts too?
No.
Yeah, they're in the Undercity. They're waiting for you.
Store.
It's like 10 cents. 10 silver, whatever.
10
Just 10 cents. Microtransactions now. You can't use the flight path without 10 cents. All right. What else we got? We got Battle Pets. You've been working on this one for I don't know how long. But you've been having fun, right? Looking for this pet?
So much fun. Well, with the start of summer, we also had our first crack at the Karaji Guardling. He's available only through the summer, so 3 months he's available until the fall equinox, which is September, I don't remember offhand. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. 23rd. Don't quote me on that. I know it's the end of September, so the pet is available until then, and its spawn rate is horrendous right now. It's somewhere upwards of 3 hours. There's only about 10 to 15 spawn locations. It's all around the Scarab Wall, and there are people just crawling all over the zone. I actually got into battle with the pet 3 times on 3 separate occasions now, and every single time I was knocked out of battle through PvP. The last time... The last fight I did, there was nobody around. I was stealth on my rogue. I was like, I'll engage the pet in stealth, which worked previous patch. However, this one, now that pet battles can be viewed by anybody, you come out of stealth, and a hunter swooped in and shot me, and then this horde was trying to get in there, and the Alliance dude was fighting me. And I go, there's no way. I was fighting this pet. I had already caged the pet. It was already caged. I just had to kill the other 2 pets off. And I was like, there's no way one of these guys is going to win the pet now. So when it respawned, I just Fan of Knives, killed the pet, and pissed everybody off.
You would do that.
If I can't have it, no one will. I'm spiteful like that. I actually threw a picture on my Facebook, and I believe I tweeted out as well.
Yeah,
me just standing over the corpse of the dead Karaji Guardling, just crying.
Wow.
Oh
so you don't have one yet?
I do not. So now I'm actually...
cool.
I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm on my level 81 Alliance Night Elf Rogue, and it's on a PvE server, and I'm camping it on that now, so I don't have to worry about being engaged in PvP battles anymore.
You're a Night Elf.
But the problem is I'm on a Night Elf, correct.
I'll find a way. We'll find a way to gank you. It's fine. Oh, boy. So, from pets to Shadowfang Keep. I don't think there's pets in Shadowfang Keep, are there?
No.
Alright. Well, I tried with the segue. Shadowfang Keep. Let's talk about some lore, guys.
There's not any yet.
Oh, we'll put one in there. I'll do it myself. I'll hack in and put
they already
pet in there.
They already added this last patch the Little Bad Wolf to Karzan, which is a Worgen. So what else could they possibly add into Shadowfang Keep? I don't really know.
I don't know. There's that room full of
a little horse.
Oh, that would be cute. They do have the little stables in there.
That'd be interesting.
All right. So, Indy, on the spot, give us a little bit of an overview of Shadowfang Keep. I guess we'll start pre-remake. if you will.
Okay, well, just based on pre-cataclysm information, it basically is a haunted keep. It's on the borders of Gilneas. It's out in Silverpine, which, when I was of level to actually run that instance, it was...
Here we go.
I'm trying to veer away from back in my day things. I'm trying to say when I was of level, there was not really much for the Alliance to do out there.
Sounds like a rite of passage. Like, when I became of level, I got to run Shadowfang Keep.
It's like level
Mama
20.
told me so.
Yeah. Well, I didn't need to go. I went because there was for the Alliance, the only really thing you had to do out there was a paladin quest, and I wasn't a paladin, but my two friends were, and so I went with them, and at that time you couldn't mount at low level, so you had to just hoof it up Silverpine, like up through, Alterac and...
Terran Mill,
yeah. You had to go buy that gauntlet, and it was just a nightmare, but you had to do it for that stupid quest.
See, in all this time, I didn't realize that there was a paladin quest there, because Horde did not have paladin at the time, we only had shaman. So I would see these paladin trying to summon people through the summoning stone. Yeah. And I'm like, why are these paladin coming to this Horde zone? Like, Silverpine Forest was Horde territory. I was like, there's no quests for them here. Why are they coming to my instance? This is my territory. I have to defend it. This is my house. I have to defend it.
Well,
and
you PvP'd?
And well, they're paladins. I could never kill them. They would bubble and run into the instance.
Bubble Hearth, the good old days.
It was awful, but I could never figure out why they were there, so...
But to be fair, there weren't summoning stones back when that quest was a thing, I don't think.
I don't think so.
The meeting stones were there.
No, meeting stones were...
That was pretty...
Do you remember when they put meeting stones out and you first saw them in the game before they actually worked? You're like, what the hell are these things?
Yeah, well, they weren't there initially, but I do remember, actually, when I first hit... I think it was like level 18, maybe it was 24, whatever the range was. There was a quest for a book you had to get the Book of Uru or something like that. And I remember never doing Shadowfang Keep as a 5-man. Back when we started it, we always tried to raid them. We'd get the max, because it's like, oh, you can have 5 to 10 people in here, so we'd always bring 10. And I will never forget trying to go up and getting this book. And because we were in a raid group, not knowing this at the time, that you can't complete quests in a raid, that we'd go up and we'd see the book and we're like, okay, well, we know the book is right there, but none of us can pick it up. This quest is bugged. And like, we'd submit tickets and we'd try running Voidwalkers up through the gate to pull the boss. Like, I think we actually pulled Arugal with a Voidwalker and tried to bring him into our room, but it just kept resetting and we couldn't figure out why. There was not a lot of information back then as to raid quests and whatnot. It was pretty terrible. But Indy, wasn't Shadowfang Keep in like Alliance City Castle like at one point?
I honestly don't the actual story behind it. All I'm basically getting is that Shadowfang Keep was named after its former master, the demented Archmage Arg, for him.
Yes.
I just thought, like, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I always thought that it was like a castle that kind of oversat the Kirin Tor from Dalaran. I thought that...
Well, yeah, do you remember Dalaran used to be right across they moved it, but it used to be in Hillsbrad there, right? The foothills.
It was shrouded in this giant bubble. We actually never knew the fate of it until Wrath of the Lich King.
Yep. It was between like Hinterlands and there or something.
It was right near...
directly across the street from Shadowfang Keep. You would go across...
You know what?
Yep.
Premier internment camp. You run right by there.
So what did they do then with since there's not too much behind that we could find, what do they do?
I do know that there was... still pre-Cata, I know that the zone was crawling with Worgen, and right out in front, guarding the keep, we had the the humans, well, if you went there in daytime, they were humans, but if you went at night, they turned into Worgen, and you would have to. There was a quest to collect dark shackles, and all these things. So I know Argo himself was playing a lot with Worgen. He was trying to use, I believe it was the Scythe of Elune, and Indy might be able to refresh us a little bit on that. But I know that there was a quest chain in. What zone was that? The one where the portal was? It's near Stranglethorn Vale, where the old... We talked about the Emerald Dream portals last week, but you remember Duskwood, I want to say?
Yes, it was Duskwood, yes.
There was a quest where you tried to find the fate of the Scythe of Elune or something, and...
Oh, yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah, and then Did anything ever come of that? Or were they still looking?
My God, that's been like years.
Yeah,
I know I did it because I was always a completist with quests. I would never leave till I was done everything.
Right. So I know Argo was doing a lot with the Worgen, and a lot of it had to do with the Scythe. He was trying to control them, because the Worgen were supposedly these creatures that came from a complete other dimension. And then the curse somehow fell over Gilneas. I'm not exactly sure how that... So then when they brought it into Cataclysm now, this tied everything together. They're like, oh, we're adding the Worgen as a race for the Alliance. So Shadowfang Keep is all about that. Let's revamp Shadowfang Keep. And I was actually really excited to hear that they were doing that, because Shadowfang Keep was always one of my favorite instances, because there was all, like, they had so many little mini bosses. There was just so, like, there was a lot of them. You had Baron Silverlane, you had Commander Springsteen.
Bruce?
Bruce?
Commander Bruce Springsteen.
No. You had that big dog, Fenris the Devourer. And then my favorite thing to do was, as a rogue, I'd go up and I'd hit those in that main room when you first come in, and you do that. There's a quest, and the guy, you free him from the cage, and he runs up and he opens the door. He goes through the thing down there, and there were so many trash packs, and you would never actually go down into the room. You'd pull everything up the stairs, and you'd fight everything there. But what I would do is, once that room was cleared out, I would go attack the horses on the side.
Aww.
And then I'd sprint into the group, and as soon as they did their AoE move, I'd vanish, so I wouldn't die, but now the whole group is in combat, and they can't do anything about it. Because those horses would drop a saddle, or satchel, for bag space, and bag space back then was, you wanted these bags. Bags were so expensive.
Back in your day?
Back in my day.
When you
now
guys
I'm
walked
on
uphill both ways in the snow to Molten Core?
Indy's rubbing off on me. I've caught the Indy. I'm infected. There was Razor Claw the Butcher. Like, there was all these guys that were either ghosts or Worgen, and it seemed like Argo was up to some crazy stuff. I don't exactly know what he was up to. And then they revamped the whole place, Cataclysm, and I was like, they're gonna change everything. It's gonna be terrible. And I'm not gonna like it. And I ended up liking it more.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite of the redone instances, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they added Baron Ashbury. He was some dark wizard. I'm not exactly sure. Do you know anything about him, Sophist? He just kind of appeared there. There wasn't really much story on him, I don't think.
I know nothing. I know that I'm now drinking every time I lose frames.
Oh, is that a new drinking game?
Oh my!
That's what chat just said. Mm-hmm. Are you drinking once per frame lost?
I don't think I can do that.
No. Okay.
I see that he's the one that shoots guns at you. Is that the guy you're talking
about? No.
Ashbury was the Forsaken dude with the roguey. I think he was like.
He had the Death Knight ability of Asphyxiate. Like, he'd pull you up into the air and he'd start strangling you. He's like the first boss in there. Yeah.
He's fun.
He was the one where, when we were starting to run that instance for the very first time, it was like a nightmare to heal it.
Yeah, that was the worst thing. Like, as a healer, I actually healed it a few times, and it was brutal because he'd drop everybody down to like 50% health. Like, he just sucked the health out of him.
Lower than that, but yeah, and then the debuff, and then stay of execution.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, he was a nightmare. But his deal was that you were wondering. It says that he was one of 2 of the Gilnean Eastern lords convinced by Godfrey to go along with his plan.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't do much of the Worgen starting zone, so
yeah,
I probably missed
either.
a lot of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I transferred to Horde, I was level 60, so.
Yeah, 'cause he just seemed like he completely came out of nowhere, so...
Yeah, as far as me, I've never done the Worgen starting zone. I haven't done a lot of Alliance stuff.
Well...
I'm trying. I'm trying to be a more well-rounded person.
So, I know that Commander is it Springsteen?
Yeah, Bruce. It's Springvale.
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 Okay.
I like Bruce Springsteen. He's better.
Yeah. So, I know he made a return in there, and he was even more of a pain in the ass than he was before, because now he started throwing stuff on the ground, and people were dying.
Red light,
like,
green light.
I know my group died like almost every time we went in there. It was like one of the hardest bosses to do.
Well, yeah, the ads. The problem is that you have to balance between. You can't just like. I remember people would either let the ads run rampant, in which, as a healer, that was I was tanking those.
Oh yeah, chat room is bringing up that back on the guy that asphyxiates you or whatever. What the
Baron
hell is his
Ashbury.
name? Yeah, that guy. Do you remember the achievement that you had to try and do to get your
Yeah,
mount?
we got it eventually, but
You had to like interrupt his heal because he would take you down to 1% health and then heal you back up, and you could just let him heal you, which was the easy way to do it. But the other way to get the achievement, you couldn't let more than 1 tick, I think, go off. So I remember going in there trying to get my mount.
No, you could.
Tick.
Initially,
you couldn't even
you
get
could.
one.
I just remember going in there trying to get that going. God, being there forever. I just wanted my mount.
Awful.
Well, that's where my spec came in handy, is because as a healer, you could get squeak by with that. But if you, like, I honestly don't know. You would have to have everyone burn cooldowns to get through it otherwise.
Yeah. And then I know there was Lord Walden, which he was actually where... I know Fenris was in this room. This is where the big dog used to sit, and he's not there anymore. So you have this mage, Lord Walden. He's actually standing... That's where the book used to be. And he throws a bunch of ice around and poison and frost, and it's like... he just went nuts. He's an undead. I think he probably also was somebody from Gilneas that was resurrected.
His poison sucked.
Yeah, it was... Oof. That was another one that was really actually difficult at first. Once you started learning the mechanics, because like everybody says that was it Cataclysm or because I think I said Wrath of the Lich King before, that they updated for Wrath. It was Cataclysm now that I think about it, because Cataclysm had the
it was all Cataclysm. You got the ones that turned into heroics, and they redid everything. Yep.
Yeah, and I remember now when you were doing a quest before in Silverpine leading up to this, there was a flashback where Argus was there, and he was actually, or Urgal was there, and he was actually resurrecting the Invincible Lich King's mount or whatever. He was standing above the grave, and he was resurrecting that. Yes.
Be very still. There's a tiger over your shoulder.
Jasper, get down. What? Whatever. Stay there. I don't care.
Go on.
I
just didn't want you to die. Go ahead.
Okay. So then... so pissed.
Oh, kitty.
Stop it. All right. So I just derailed everything. It's fine. I just didn't want you to die.
The cat derailed it. So cute.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Oh, just so you know, it's there.
Thank you.
So you were on last boss, final boss man? Is that what you're
the
talking
last
about?
boss? Yeah, he was Lord Godfrey, and I know for a fact that he was part of the Gilneas story, because I remember encountering him as an undead through the Silverpine starting area. Because I went back and I leveled another undead to go through the area to kind of see how the zone had changed. And he was like this big guy that was like... he was trying to take over, and he like fronting how he's like invincible and all this stuff. And then I think Sylvanas actually threw poison at him and killed him. Like
he was a noble and forsaken age.
I see.
His deal though, for some reason, his fight wasn't even that bad in the heroic mode. But
even the achievement wasn't bad.
Yeah, bullet time.
Yeah, you have to kill 12 of the ghouls that he resurrects or something like that, and it's like, okay, just tank the ads at him.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
And you could position the fight, at least from the start. I don't know if they changed it, but you could, like, line of sight everything.
Yeah, that achievement was so easy.
Achievement wars.
So Godfrey was like nothing, but...
He's fun, though. He shoots bullets.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Gunslinger.
But I was really disappointed that Archmage Uragol was completely gone, but then I remembered he was defeated, he was killed, we chopped his head off, and we brought it back in the original version of Shadowfang. We chopped his head off and we brought it back to Silverpine. And then he was actually resurrected in Wrath of the Lich King. And I remember there was some quest with him in, I almost want to say Grizzly Hills, but I feel like I'm wrong in saying that. But he was somewhere, and we had to go out and kill him again. I know he was resurrected, and he had some Morgans with him.
Oh yeah, you know what, I think I remember that.
Yep, so I kind of was disappointed that they took him out, but then I had remembered we chopped his head off, so I wasn't that upset, because that would completely be breaking continuity.
Well, not really. I mean, people can be resurrected, he could just have his head stitched back on.
People could be resurrected like your buddy Illidan, right?
And you.
Yes! Thank you. Can we please get to that one?
Can we know how many times you've been battle rezzed?
You of all people should know that dead doesn't mean dead.
I mean, I don't know. They might have. We'll see. We'll wait till you get your PS4 and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll be playing. The District.
The Division,
and
sir.
Hopefully, I'm on your team for that. Division. Now Shaftman has me calling it the District. I'm gonna yell at him next time he comes in Mumble.
I would love to have them.
No, it's really not.
Rename that.
We'll just call it Tom Clancy. All right, Tom Clancy. That's what it is.
That's actually what it is. You just play as Tom Clancy and you write books.
We write all the novels.
All right, I think we've killed the little there was that we found of Shadowfang Keep. So I hope that was fairly enjoyable listening to three people that don't know much about lore talk about lore.
Yeah, I love it.
This
is actually my favorite segment of the podcast, because I like going into the stuff. I love the lore, but I don't know anything about it. So I like looking it up and discussing it with people on the fly. I think it's kind of fun.
That, and to be fair, I think that because this is our first live show, there was invested in kind of that.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk too much about lore, so
laziness, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But do you guys want to talk a little bit about the new game that you played that I can't play because it creeps me too much?
I actually have been playing The Last of Us, which is a great. It's amazing. It's by Naughty Dog, and a lot of people are probably familiar with them through the Uncharted series, which kind of has more of a cartoony feel to some of the story elements of it. But The Last of Us is actually set in like a post-apocalyptic world where there's zombies and everything that overrun it. But it doesn't really focus on the world itself. It focuses on these two characters, and Joel and Ellie, and it's more about their personal interactions. And it's very... It hit me right in the feels right at the beginning of the game.
Right.
It was like right in the first 20 minutes of the game, right in the fields. I was
Right
like,
Did you cry?
Spot. Oh, hey, yeah, did you cry? You were on stream.
I was on stream. You guys were watching me.
I know, but it was dark. The game looks awesome. It looks like it's the kind of game that, like, Resident Evil, if you're watching, please learn from this game, because you could learn
I love
a
Resident
lot
Evil, though.
from this game.
Yeah. Games in general.
Yeah.
Everybody has a lot to learn from this game. This game is going to revolutionize the way storytelling is done in games from here on out, guaranteed.
That's awesome. If only you could turn off the sound of, what is it, clicker?
The clickers, those guys are bad. I still don't fully understand what I have to do to kill those things.
Just give an option
don't get
for
near
us
them
to
in
turn
melee
them
range.
off.
You mute them.
The whole
you
thing
actually
is
mute
they're
them
blind.
selectively?
The clickers are blind. They completely go off sound. So
Oh, they're like bats.
yeah, exactly. And that's why they're called clickers, because they do this clicking and they're using kind of like an echolocation to tell their surroundings. But then you can
So now
throw
they're
things
dolphins.
like, yes, they are dolphins.
Basically, yeah.
Bats
I
use
love
echolocation
dolphins.
too. But
So long,
you can throw
so long.
You could
And
throw a
thanks
glass
for all
bottle
the
across the
fish.
room. Like I could take this can right here and throw it across the room, right? And they will hear that and they will go running to the can. So I can go sneak out through another door and I could choose to either fight them or I can run away.
But now you've attracted all the cats.
I did probably attract all the cats. I don't see them anywhere, so hopefully they're not coming.
So have you beaten it yet?
I have not actually. I've been kind of busy. I can't say that I've actually been busy. I probably could have just sat down and played it, but I've kind of been going back. I've been playing a few other games. I've been going back and playing a lot of Worms. We've won, like Kyle, you were involved in that. Eduardo from After Dark was in there. We've been doing that. The night before that, we were playing Cards Against Humanity with Eduardo and Mike Shaffnett from After Dark.
Yeah, actually, if anyone here that's in chat ever wants to play this stuff, you get in touch with us, and we will gladly play, like, at least Cards Against Humanity, but we're always looking for people to play Worms, Cards Against Humanity, League of Legends, anything.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
always doing that stuff.
I love playing that because it goes forever and ever.
And we need to play some more of this right here. Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, God.
Yes!
Definitely need more of this soon.
I love getting the smoker and, like, grabbing all of you with my tongue.
Do blind Dark Saiyan wants to know if
No.
blind people use some form of echolocation.
I
Have
saw
you ever
that
seen
and
Have you ever
laughed.
seen Daredevil? There we go.
No one has seen that.
Ben Affleck uses echolocation.
No.
Remember
Okay, but
remember
we're
when it
talking
rained?
about-
He saw his girlfriend for the first time?
We're talking about people don't have that ability.
And blind people do actually use that a
Use
little bit.
people.
Yeah,
if you ever see the blind people with the cane, they're always tapping it. That they kind of use some form. It's not as crazy and enhanced as it was in Daredevil, but yeah, they use some form of it.
Well, your senses, I think, would accommodate as far as a dolphin would go and as far as a bat would go.
no, we're not like
Cody
equipped
Pigeon.
to do that. No.
Cody Pigeon in chat just says, "I don't remember that movie at all by choice. I think."
Yeah. No, that is definitely by choice.
Come
We
on,
watched
that
that
movie
movie
wasn't that bad.
No, it was. It was marginally better than Jiggly or whatever the hell that movie was.
Jiggly.
I don't think.
Jiggly.
Was that with Angelina Jolie?
I thought it was Jennifer Lopez.
Was
Yeah,
it?
I think that was it.
Okay, I'm way out of the park on that one. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
Well,
List of bad movies that Ben Affleck has been in.
every single one except for like
There's the Green
Dogma.
Lantern. Dogma was good, and so was that one. How do you like them apples? That one.
I've never seen
Yep.
that one.
Oh, what the hell is that movie? Indy, help me! It's the
I've
boss.
never
movie?
seen.
Matt Damon.
I've never seen Green Lantern Shadow, so I knew it was going to be bad going into it. I mean, it's the Green Lantern.
well, you already said Dogma.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not his best movie. It's good. It's not Ben Affleck's best movie.
No,
There's not a lot of good ones though, so I guess
You're not
Is
going to say...
all Ben Affleck's good movies
He
were
wasn't the main character.
were when him and Matt Damon were in them together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Ben Affleck's good movies.
All right. Good Will Hunting. Yeah.
I was gonna say that. I was hoping you weren't gonna say that.
So good. Also, let's see. Have any questions this week?
Any questions from the chat, folks?
Yeah, since Twitter seems to get less of a response than you people in chat, instead of tweeting us, you're right here in chat. Do it up. Ask us some questions. We'll just answer some for a little while.
Whatever kind of nonsense you want is fine.
Except about
it's
my
amusing.
internet. Don't ask me about that.
Don't ask
I'll have to
Sophist
drink myself
about
into a corner.
his cocks. He does not want to talk about his cocks.
Yep.
No.
It's very slow. Am I wearing pants? I
don't want to know that.
I'm not going to stand up, but that might answer. I don't know. I will, however, get another beer while we see if anything else happens. And then, actually, Dom, do you want to do one of your giveaways now?
Sure. I'm going to be giving away some Sun for Pandas for anyone on US servers. Unfortunately, I can't do it to EU servers because pets don't work. Accounts don't work that way in World of Warcraft. So I'm going to give away... I have 2 Sun for Pandas to give away. And I'm going to do it right now. First person in chat to tell me what I accidentally called Commander Springvale will win the Sun for Panda. What I accidentally called him.
That one's easy.
I just want to make sure people were paying attention.
You should.
To be fair, it's a little difficult when my internet is shutting itself off and turning back on.
Name that beer.
XV Shadow.
Oh!
XV Shadow wins. First bet.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, the correct
so
answer
now
would be
you got to
Bruce.
figure out how to do that now.
Send a PM.
Yeah,
Send
no,
a
I'll get
PM to him.
I'll get in touch with Shadow. I believe I can get in touch with him on Twitter. I'm pretty sure I have him on Twitter. So I will get in touch with him after this goes live, and I will get a pet to him.
Oh, bummer, EU. I do happen to have an EU Guild Wars 2 account, but I have nothing to give away. So.
I will be doing something that EU people can participate in. Probably, I don't know next week, but the week it's coming up soon. I will have something for the EU players as well.
Sweet.
Well, you should play Name That Beer because Sophie hasn't showed what kind of beer he's drinking.
Dun dun dun.
It's gonna be a little difficult though. Are any of you from the East Coast? Because you won't know it if it's not. I'm
East Coast. I know all the stuff from around here. Is it a Victory Brew?
It's a microbrewery. I will tell you this. This is all the hints you'll get. It's a microbrewery, and it's from Rhode Island. Go. Google. Google is your friend.
She's trying.
Me?
Oh, Indy can't win this.
Oh.
I can't. I don't want a pet anyway. I don't think Yingling. He said micro. We have Victory out here. Victory's awesome.
I
don't know if that's necessarily a fair question for our podcast viewers to win this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is. I'll just show them. We'll do something else.
I was just
If I was drinking something else, maybe, but I don't know if anyone knows. Here, Newport Storm. No, probably not. It's very small.
I don't love pet battles though, Luke. I did them because I was bored.
And she wanted lesser charms.
Oh, that's right. I didn't want to do dailies.
Just go to the Barrens once a week and you're fine.
Storm. Summer Storm.
Oh, that looks yummy.
Yeah, Newport Storm. It's very small. But it gets the job done. And that's what matters.
That it does.
I think. What are we talking about?
Pets.
So we gotta come up with a way. We gotta give... Let's see. It is not the softest beer. I make my own beer. That's the softest beer.
Apparently we do have a Twitter question.
Oh. If it's from Shadow, it's not.
No, it's from Extirpation, aka Toadfist. He wants to know what size shoes do we wear.
Toady.
Hey, I don't even know. I don't take my shoes.
You don't know what size shoe you wear.
You don't know what your foot size is.
A 9.5, I think.
9.5.
I go 9.5.
Indy.
Is that normal for dudes?
I don't know. Maybe. I think it's small.
I don't know.
You don't know your size either? What is this?
No, I was laughing at him. I know my size. I'm like an 8.
Is that in women's or men's?
Women's.
I don't know if the differentiating sizes between men's and women's. I don't know if they're bigger or smaller. I don't know how that works.
Women's sizes are totally different than men's sizes.
What size are you in men's? Do you know?
No.
Like a 2.
No.
I would not know that. I know that EU would be like a 6, I think.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Extirpation just says, Toadfist just says, 8 men's is huge for a chick. So I'm just going to start calling you Bigfoot now, Indy.
But I don't wear men's sizes.
I'm changing my answer. I'm a 278. 278. In China. That says so on my shoe. I'm a 278. That's my size.
My shoes are not down here, but I know for a fact that I'm a 12.5, and I know this simply because they don't make 12.5.
Yeah, but you're like a giant tree of stick feet.
I'm 6'3", and I weigh like 165 pounds soaking wet. So, yeah, but I either have to get a size 12 and have my feet crammed in them, a size 13 and swim around in them like clown shoes.
Can I also point out
special order 12.5, which is a huge pain in the ass.
I really don't know what this has to do with World of Warcraft.
It was a question he sent it. We said we're going to ask anything. Right? Did we not? So here we are.
Fine.
Maybe
my character in World of Warcraft can actually have like life-size feet in the next expansion.
I hope my goblin doesn't, because if my goblin has 12.5 size shoe, he's going to have like these massive feet that they're going to be longer than he is tall.
Yep. Xizta is soaking wet. That's what happens when he gets near me.
Whoa!
Oh my. Would you guys like me to write you a special scene in one of my new next stories?
No.
We're just gonna do this though. Us now. I know. Us too.
Perfect.
It didn't update for me yet.
Aw. Alright,
Goblin Racist says he wears size 14 extra wide.
Damn.
14. That's like twice the size of my foot.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
it's close.
All right. Let's do this
enough
last
about
one.
feet.
Let's get this last one away so that we can do our can sign off and go rolling.
Yeah. Pick something from the beginning of the show.
Yeah, one of you guys pick something.
But that would be too easy though if I started talking about everybody knows you on.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a question. You can just give it away. There, Chief.
I could just give it away.
Feet. I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that like a thing? Live streams and feet?
That's not a thing. This is a question that was submitted. I had nothing to do with this.
How about when you were trying to get your Karaji pet thing? How were you killed? How were you, like, when you finally had it caged, how were you killed?
Okay. So
by, like, what class and attack?
What class knocked me out?
What class?
Of my Karaji guardling pet. My battle. That's who wins the next one. XV Shadow, you are excluded. You already won one, so don't be greedy. Just a warning.
I know him. He's greedy.
He wants a sibling for his pet.
I want 2 bears! 2!
And that's not something you can Google either.
No, that is not something you Google. And you can't even go back and watch the stream because we haven't cut yet.
Oh god, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Sandalilian.
It's Alliance.
Sandalilian.
Sandillion
has got it.
Oh,
so, Sandalilian, are you Horde? I mean, not Horde. Are you U.S. servers? Just double checking, because if not, then I have to come up with a new question. Please be you. Please be.
Please be American.
He doesn't have to be American.
This is true.
Well, as long as he's on North American servers.
Oh no.
Okay,
yes,
he
is.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my Twitter name so you can get in touch with me after the show. So that is my Twitter name right there. So just get in touch with me after the show, and yeah. Send me a message through Twitch right now, because I don't have you
Twitch
currently.
PM.
Send me a PM on Twitch with your name, so I can get in contact with you, so I know it is actually you and not somebody pretending to be you.
Perfect.
All the Sandillion imposters.
Yes, well, there's people. Oh, I won the pet, and I'll be like, okay, here you go, and then it happens. Believe me, it happens. We actually have another question on Twitter. I don't know if you guys want to answer this one. If you guys were stuck on an island with nothing but a Snickers bar or a blanket, which one would you choose?
Oh, I have to pick between a Snickers bar and a blanket?
Yes, one or the other.
I have a quick answer.
Okay.
It would have to be the blanket. For Snickers bar would be disgustingly melted on a hot island. The only way that those are any good is if they're cold.
Did you say a tropical island, or did you say an island? Because I'm technically stranded on an island right now.
Yeah, he said stuck on an island. So you could be stuck on Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is not an island, but I happen to live in an island.
I'd have to say the blanket anyway, because I'm vegan and there's milk and chocolate.
Oh, right. But are you vegan when you're stuck on an island?
Oh man, probably still. Yeah, I haven't eaten animals and.
If all that was on this island were wild hogs, would you not gut one open and
No, I would not.
rip out all its intestines and pull them all out and roast the thing over a fire and chomp on this thing? No?
No, I would eat like tree bark first.
I would find one that's no. I was gonna go wrong on that. I'm not gonna do it.
I guess I have to go with the blanket because you can find.
I'd
food.
eat you first.
Whoa!
So you're just gonna skip right over the whole eating meat towards cannibalism. All right. All right.
Initially, I would probably at first my instinct would be to choose the Snickers bar, so I had some kind of food source. However, I think what I would have to do is take the blanket, so then I could rip the strips off and eat parts of the blanket if I got hungry enough. Get some kind of stuff in me. I got to trick my stomach into thinking it's full, so I don't sit there and starve to death.
Xizta now has pica.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that about does it. We made it through all the issues.
Yeah, and we're still around about on time, and this was the first live show, so of course there's some things.
We'll get. I'm working on my.
Oh God! Before we end this, I just have to say, Dark Saiyan in chat just said she probably hit you over the head with something so heavy that I'd turn into a vegetable. Oh God, that joke was so bad.
It's true.
I mean, it was bad, but it was good. It was good.
It was. That's why I had to read it.
It's gonna be our new thing. Joke time for the last 5 minutes. All right.
Of course.
So, with that in mind, I guess we're just gonna call it quits here. We survived all the issues, the internet problems, Skype audio issues up until 2 minutes before. I just finished reading the show notes, and I think we've covered everything. So, let's see. You can get in touch with us on Twitter and Twitch. This is one Twitch channel. I think so far we're only going to use it for this. We may put some more stuff on this Twitch channel. There is Twitch TV / The Real Sophist, Twitch TV / Xizta, and Twitch TV Indie Corona, I believe. I got all those right.
Right. Yep.
And Indie, your Twitter. What you got?
Also, it's easy to remember because it's Indie Corona everywhere.
Xizta, your Twitter, I believe it's the one.
Even on.
Yeah, I am actually going to post them in chat right now. I have facebook.com/Xizta. I have twitch.tv/Xizta. I have twitter.com/Xizta with an underscore, and my YouTube account, which I started posting my videos at, is Dead Xizta.
And for me, it's Twitch TV/The Sophist and at The Real Sophist. Also, we already said this once, but keep on the lookout for our new website in the next hopefully in the next week or two. We're going to centralize all our stuff on the website, and you'll be able to get in touch with any of us there, as well as see all of our personal content there.
Yes, www.thehxc.com. Currently, it only has our last 3 episodes of the podcast on it, but Sophist is actually working on new design currently, and it should be live soon.
Yep.
Hopefully.
So, for Indy, for Dom, this guy down here, and for the softest man alive, this has been Hardcore Casual Podcast. I will see you next episode. Goodbye.
Farewell.